to Focus on Teens. I'm Dr. Barbara Milton, licensed clinical social worker. Very good to have you joining us today. In today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to a young person who's pretty impressive. His name is John Carter. I met John Carter a few years ago when I featured him in my column, Our Pride and Joy, in the Jersey Journal. He was impressive then, and as a 20-year-old, with his deepening commitment to his faith, to his future, to our community, he's become even more impressive. Today, I am delighted to share with you some of the musing, some of the thinking, some of the music of John Carter and Jay Carter singers. Enjoy.
Hello, my name is John Carter. I graduated from Liberty High School. I'm a resident of Hudson County, Jersey City. I'm just telling y'all a little bit about myself. I have 5 sisters, 5 wonderful sisters, no brothers. So, they kind of spoiled me when I was younger. But at the same time, they didn't spoil me too much. That stopped when I was like 13. But everything is okay as of right now. I thank God for allowing me to be in a position where I can actually be able to speak to you guys. I don't know exactly who I'm speaking to, but I know it's an audience in which I will be blessed to be able to speak to and be able to reach. Like I said, I grew up in Jersey City, Hudson County. I was able to experience a lot of the same things that everyone else that grew up in Jersey City experienced. You see the violence, you see some things just not going really right in your community. And it bothered me always because my father was a pastor, so he actually instilled values into me and my sisters and the rest of our family. So when I actually saw some things that was going wrong and I didn't kind of understand why, he kind of would, school me on some of those things, and I will understand it. But it's just not supposed to be how it is. The youth are misguided, a lot of them. I'm not going to say all of them because there are some that are doing what they're supposed to do, but a lot of the youth are misguided. A lot of the youth are in a position where they don't know what else to do with their lives. They have certain career goals and certain options that they want to do. Let's say some of them want to play basketball, some of them are great, but when you're great at basketball, you have to be good in school, at least to get yourself to that level of college, to be able to, continue on in that, to progress in that, to go and play basketball for the NBA if you want to go to the NBA, or go overseas or go wherever you want to go. A lot of people, even in that situation, they don't really want to go overseas because they've never experienced anything outside of their city, or never experienced anything outside of going to Six Flags or something like that. So I just think that's crazy. I just think that the youth have a lot to offer, a lot to give to this generation, and we just need more of an opportunity to show forth what we have. That's all I can say. I thank God for a caring nature. I know I get it from my mother because my mother definitely cares for a lot of people. She drives people places. She picks them up. She picks up strangers. There's been plenty of times when I was in a car with my mother and she picked up a stranger and I was like, Ma, why are you letting them in the car? We don't know who they are. And she was like, well, God put it upon my heart to allow them, to get in the car. And I'm like, okay. And then they're asking us questions and they're saying different stuff. Then they ask for money and then it's crazy. So then she'll give them money and give them a ride. So it's like, I get that part of me from my mother, but at the same time I get it from my father. He was a great inspiration to me. He was my father as well as my pastor. He actually instilled a lot of the values in me that I have today. The strength I believe that I have today, I can say is from him. He gave me the ability to see people in whatever light that they are in, whatever light that I see them in, opposed to what society sees them as. There are some drug dealers and some people that are in different situations that are not pretty. But at the same time, my father, being a pastor, being someone that other people looked up to, he still took them out to eat, went and played basketball with them, went and played pool with them, and just stayed close to them, regardless of what was going on in their lives, regardless of what was going on or how their situation was set up or anything like that. He would just continue to push and give them faith and give them a reason to wake up every morning. So some people just don't have a reason in their minds to wake up every morning. But I can honestly say that if we have breath in our bodies, if our mind is still working, then we have a reason to wake up every single morning. That means God has blessed us with something special that some people that have gone on don't have. And that means that we still have work to do. We still have work that we have to do on a continuous basis. That no one else can do. I can't do something that my sister can do, or I can't do something that my brother can do. Maybe I know I'm talented in some ways, but there's some things that I just can't do, and I never will be able to do. Or some people that I can't reach, but some other people are able to reach them. And thank God I've been in this position for a while. But I remember when I was younger, playing basketball out there with these guys that got locked up and was in a negative, did some negative things. But at the same time, I'm not saying I'm perfect, like I've never did any negative things. But at the same time, I had a structure in which I knew what not to do. So I never went beyond a certain aspect. I never went beyond what I knew was just completely wrong, and I just, would get in some major trouble for. I never went beyond that because I just didn't want that for my life. I knew which direction that would lead me in. So I just can honestly say that I thank God for my upbringing. Jersey City is not bad. Jersey City is not terrible. Jersey City is not all that it's cracked up to be. But it's just the people have to have a mindset and an expectation for what they're doing every day. They have to understand that they can wake up, they can be productive, and they don't have to do the same thing. They don't have to go the same places. They don't have to see the same people all the time. This world is so big. It's not just Jersey City. It's not just Bayonne. It's not just, our neighboring areas. But at the same time, this world is within us. And we can take whatever our talents are and whatever we want to do. If you sing, if you rap, if you can draw, if you can write, if you can do anything, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not negative, then you can do it. And you can live off of it. And you can actually push somebody else and inspire somebody else in the process of doing that. Okay, so one thing a lot of people don't know about me is I'm shy and I'm a loner. I have friends. I'm not saying I don't have friends, but I don't hang around a lot of people all the time. I'm kind of to myself. So when I was growing up, I used to listen to my sisters sing. They used to sing all the time. They had a group. They won the gospel fest. They did a whole bunch of different things. And I used to listen to them sing, and they were really good. And I was like, I want to be like them. It was weird because they're all girls, but I was like, I want to sing like them, So I used to practice, and I used to listen to people on the radio, and I used to just try to mimic what they were doing. And then I started to realize that I could actually do this, and I was like, okay, I think I can sing. So then I started doing it more, and I started singing for my sisters, and they was like, okay, get out of my face. Okay, you sing, you sound good. And they was like, get out of here. And I was like, okay, but I was still trying to do it, I was excited. So then I remember I sung a Casey and JoJo song all my life to my mother and my father. I sung it to them and sat them down, literally. I had to be like 9 and sung them this song. And it was just so funny. So music has always been a huge part of my life. Always been a huge part of my life. I remember some days when I'm not feeling good, or I'm just not, not necessarily happy with different things. I used to go in my room. I used to just think about some music that I like. Sometimes it was R&B, sometimes it was jazz, sometimes it was gospel. A lot of the times it was gospel because my father wasn't letting us listen to everything, but we still could listen to what we generally wanted to listen to. So I would just go in my room and sing. and that's it. I would just sing, and I would try to do different things and try to feel out where my voice could go and how I actually could perform, in front of people. I was scared to death for a long time to sing in front of people. Now I've gotten better. I'm still scared sometimes, but it was terrible in the beginning. But that's kind of where I got my musical foundation from. I used to listen to a lot of singers, a lot of artists, and I started to realize that I could do it. And I just had faith in myself and believed that I could do it. And that's coming from, the beliefs that and everything that my parents put in me. It made me believe, okay, you can do this thing, and don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt the fact that you can do it. So I just started singing in my room. Then I ended up singing at school every now and then. Then I ended up singing in my choir at church, and then I ended up singing by myself at different churches and different events. And then I ended up in a group, and then the group broke up, and then I was singing by myself again, and it was kind of a good feel. I was getting older. And then my sisters had me come into a meeting that they were having and asked me could I join their group. So then we had to change the group name and everything. I actually said yes, and everything went well, and it was a blessing that I was younger and I was looking at them like, wow, y'all doing this, y'all singing and doing all of these different things. But then I was able to sing with them. Like now I'm singing with them and kind of touring with them and going to different places and different events and different things and sharing the gospel. And it's just a blessing to be able to do, because some people have a talent and they're not able to exercise it because of the fact that they don't have an avenue to go in. They don't have an avenue. They don't have an outlet to go and do it. When I was younger, I used to sing about everything. It didn't matter if I was upset, if I was happy. I just let my emotion out through my voice, and that would happen. And then I would surprise myself. I would do some things that I didn't think I could do. I hit some notes I didn't think I could hit. And then as I got older, it just started becoming more serious to me. I started studying people in the music business and things of that nature, and I said, okay, I can do this thing, and I want to do it. And I'm working on my producing aspect now, working on some other things that I want to do, some business ideas and everything, because you're not limited as a person. You're not limited just to, okay, you can sing, you're just a singer. No, you're a man or you're a woman. You can do whatever you want to do. You can add whatever talent basically into your life, add whatever talent you want to do. Basically, you have to have a talent, though. I'm saying you have to add the talent to your mind and make up a plan and say, okay, I want to do this. And then you just put it together, and then you can flow. And ultimately, once you really study it and do what you want to do, later on, you can have multiple streams of income because you're doing what you want to do with every aspect of your life. If you don't like a boring office job, then you don't have to be in the office just because you're smart and you feel as though you can do it. You can do whatever you want to do, So your talent isn't limited to where you are. Your talent goes way beyond what you ever thought that you could do yourself. You just have to have faith and believe that you can do it. And if you have faith and believe that you can do it, then just push yourself and everything will be all right. This is my group card right here. These are my sisters, all of them. We're all in age order. This is a pretty old picture because I don't have any hair. So this is a kind of old picture. But basically, the name of our group is J. Carter. We're working on our album now, our first album ever. It's going to be beautiful. We've been working and studying and doing a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of rehearsals and a whole bunch of studio time on top of events. So that's a lot at one time. Basically, you can find us on Facebook at J. Carter Sings. You can find us, that's actually our Instagram name as well, J. Carter Sings. And it's actually our Twitter name, J. Carter Sings. So that's how you can find us. And if you need us to come and do anything, a wedding, anything for an event, then you can definitely call on us to do that.
Hi, I'm Jakeisha.
Hi, I'm Tamara.
I'm Melanie.
My name is Andrea.
Hi, my name is John.
Hi, my name is Angela.
And I am.
And I am.
And I am.
J. Carter.
J. Carter.
Jesus,
You died.
you died on the cross.
And you shed your blood. Yes, you did.
You shed
Yes, you did.
your blood on Calvary.
And if I had 10,000 tongues, it still wouldn't be enough to thank you.
Thank you.
For all you've done, Lord, for me.
I just think that's important, that they have someone to talk to, that they have some people that are consistent with them and not necessarily after them, because I've seen that too. A lot of people go to some people for guidance and they ended up, getting in a situation that they don't necessarily want to be in because of the way the person is. And I think it's important that when someone comes to you for help, you help them. That's all you do. You help them. And you're supposed to be genuine in helping them so that they can come back for more help whenever they need help. No one should ever feel uncomfortable to come to a person in a leadership position, because when that happens, then I wouldn't come back. If I saw somebody try to take advantage of me, I wouldn't come back. If I've talked to them about some important issues that I've actually had in my own life, I wouldn't come back and talk to them again because I lost trust in them. I don't have any belief in what they're doing. And a lot of times that happens, and then in the church sometimes, and then some different people lose belief in the person, and then because of that lose belief in God, and then they back away from who they're supposed to be chasing after, and then that becomes frustrating to the person, and then there's one person missing out of your ministry or out of the church or out of just your community that doesn't need to be missing. They still have something to give, as well as they're receiving from God and receiving from the church. They still have something to give themselves. So I just think that we as a whole, we just have to get better at doing what we have to do and learning each other and allowing each other to be exactly who we were made to be, and not trying to put anybody in a box. I understand it happens a lot. People try to put people in a box and try to say, you can't do this, you can't do that. You shouldn't, I believe you shouldn't be boxed in. Now, some things good and well that you're not supposed to do, but at the same time, you know how to carry yourself. Everyone, I believe, some people have it, but I believe everyone has sense, and they're able to carry themselves accordingly to how they were raised, or accordingly to how they know they should carry themselves. Even if you're raised wrong, you still know what right and wrong is. So, regardless, I just thank God that He put me in a position to be able to help other people, and it's beyond myself. Sometimes I don't want to do it. Sometimes I wake up and I do not want to go to church. Some days I wake up and I say, I don't feel like doing this today. But then when you really think back and say, well, God, you did wake me up, and I'm here, and I thank God that I am here, and I can actually affect someone else's life today that might be going through something, that might be wanting to kill themselves, or might be struggling with their family, and they might be wanting to move out or run away or do different things or hurt themselves. It's crazy. Like, you have to go beyond yourself and actually meet that call. You have to press and say, okay, well, I'm going to get up and I'm going to do what I have to do, because I know that that's what's needed for the people. Regardless of how I feel, it's needed for the people. Now, I'm not saying I'm the only one that can do it, but I'm the one in the position. So I'm going to say, okay, this is what I have to do, and this is where God has placed me, so this is what I'm going to do. So I just can say that it's an open invitation. If anybody wants to come, like I said, my church is Salvation, Healing, and Deliverance Center, 184 Ocean Avenue. If anyone wants to come and just enjoy themselves, It's not all stuck up like some places are. It's not dry. It's not, oh, you have to look a certain way when you come. You just come and then you experience. And you just see exactly what God has for you. And through that, and through the people that you will meet, you'll be able to enjoy yourself, and you'll be able to continue on and learn more even about yourself, being around other positive people and not just, being around some people that are not positive, because there are some bad influences and some bad people that are not positive at all. And you can't go anywhere in life with a group of negative people around you. It just doesn't work. And it doesn't allow you to go as far as you can go. It's like being pulled back, like with a rubber band. A rubber band can only go but so far before it pops. So you don't want to be stunted, or you don't want to be stuck in a situation because of the people around you, opposed to, being in a situation where you're actually growing because the people around you are growing. And then when you even see that, you don't want to be left behind. You don't want to sit there and say, okay, well, I see them growing. I see them getting better. I see them learning more. I see them increasing in their talents and their abilities. You don't want to be behind and say, oh, wow, like they're doing it. You start to look at yourself and say, okay, I can do that. If they can do that, I can do that. And then it sets a bar for yourself, and it sets something that you actually start to do and try to interact with the other people. And then it does what it's supposed to do. So all I'm saying is open invitation. If you want to come, you can come. And if anyone needs to talk, I'm there. There are other people I know that are even listening that have been that voice and that ear for someone to listen to and for someone to talk to. So I thank you for being that, because maybe I needed it one day and I talked to you, So I just thank God for that. I thank God for the people that are listening and are open to hearing the problems of some other people. And it's needed, because a lot of people are going through some things that you would never know that they're going through. There's some struggles that I've gone through that I would have never known that I would have been going through, even at my age. I'm 20 now. I don't know if I said that, but I'm 20. So it's like, there's a lot of things that has happened during my life that I would have never thought that I was going to, get into. But I thank God that I had people around me that didn't let me stay in the situation that I was in, So that's what really matters when it comes down to it, Now, the name of this show is Focus on Teens. I think that is imperative for everyone to do. Focus on the young people, focus on the teenagers, the people that are in high school, that are progressing, hopefully to go to college, to further their education, that are getting jobs and moving on with their life. And I think that we really need to do that more. I can honestly say that I was thinking about what to wear today, and I said I don't know exactly what I was going to wear, and I was going to kind of dress up since I, do music and different things. I wear dress clothes a lot of times, or some other clothes. But I said, no, I'm going to wear a t-shirt, and I'm going to wear some jeans, and I'm going to look like everybody else that I see outside. Why? Because I am everybody else that you see outside. I'm not no different from anybody else, anybody that's watching. It's just that I have morals and I have a goal in which I'm trying to reach that pretty much are, I believe, the same that a lot of other people are trying to reach. It's just they need a platform just like this one that they're able to open their mouths and be able to speak on it. And I know there's a lot of people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and they need the opportunity. So that's all I can say about that. And I'm just thankful that I had the opportunity to talk to you, and I thank God for blessing me with this, and I hope that you got touched and you got reached through anything that I've said. Even if it's one thing can change your life. So I thank God for that. Thank you.
Welcome back. As you can see, John is a pretty impressive young man, rather remarkable. And so are the J. Carter singers. And I want to really extend my gratitude for John coming onto my show. His family suffered a big loss just at the end of last year when they lost their beloved father, the Reverend John Carter Sr. And certainly here at Focus on Teens, we'd like to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family and the community. And all I can say is that I'm certain that Reverend Carter is looking down and is feeling quite good about all that faith and love and wisdom he deposited into this very young man, his son, John Carter. We were pleased to have him speak to you today about some of the challenges of young people. And I love the way he ended his piece about how he is every young person. And I thought that was particularly poignant because it's true. We do tend to judge books by their cover. We see a teen, even with his pants below his waist, even with a certain sort of look, a certain sort of countenance on their face, and we might not think that is a thinking, faith-abiding, law-abiding, good-natured, intelligent young person like John Carter. Something to think about. Be nice to teens. If we don't influence them positively, then surely the bad influences will take hold of their minds and shape their futures. See you next time on Focus on Teens.